It's a once-in-a-lifetime event for our community.
The NFL selects Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And no one is getting you ready for the draft like Local 5. It's Titletown's turn. Presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for another edition of Titletown's Turn for the NFL Draft. I'm Jade Henschel.
And I'm Jordan Lamers. We have a big show for you this evening. We take a look at the investments being made in Green Bay and the surrounding communities, looking at the money coming in and what will be here once Mr. Irrelevant is picked in the draft. We're already seeing some fruits of the labor for the draft in the form of new buildings here in Green Bay.
Currently, the Great North Commons is still under construction. Officials have told Local 5 it's set to be open in early April, just in time for Titletown's version of the NFL Draft. Even before then, early last year, the Legacy Hotel opened up on Brett Favre Pass. Hotel representatives say there are more than 100 suites in the hotel.
Not only is Green Bay seeing new buildings, but the county will be seeing a huge influx of money. Brad Toll of Discovered Green Bay spoke with us about the kind of money that will be coming in not only to Brown County, but also the entire state, which could be used for many different reasons, from tourism to infrastructure.
We're looking at about a $20 million or so economic impact on Brown County, our area, but we can only have so many people stay in our hotels. We have only so many hotel rooms. So that spend is going to spread out throughout the state of Wisconsin. We expect people will stay in hotels from Green Bay all the way to Milwaukee, up into Door County, toward Wausau. So as a result of that, the economic impact spreads throughout the state. And the total impact we're expecting is around $94 million. I'm thinking those numbers might be a little conservative, but we like to be on that end rather than exaggerate.
Now to the impact that the draft has on previous host cities. Local 5's Timothy Latoe joins us now from Lambeau Field Atrium and what officials from other cities are saying about hosting the draft.
Yeah, Jordan, for every draft city, there are tens of millions of dollars to be made, but as recent host cities found out, sometimes the greatest community impact doesn't always come with the price tag.
The economic impact for Kansas City was $164 million from the draft. And 108 million of that, almost 109 million of that was from direct spending. So that's money that people are putting directly into local businesses.
From Kansas City to Detroit.
It was $213.6 million in economic impact. It had $161.3 million in direct spending.
Over $100 million in direct spending was generated by the NFL Draft in each city. $94 million has been projected by statewide estimates for Titletown's draft.
It was just a really exciting time in Kansas City 2 years ago. So we are excited for Green Bay to have that kind of energy as well.
But with all of the excitement comes a balance of anticipation and patience.
They started setting up for the draft probably at least a week or two in advance. And that involves a lot of road closures around the area just to make sure that the area is secure, but also because they're going to be hauling in semis full of staging equipment.
The Kansas City Draft Campus was located at its historic Union Station. Like the Titletown district, road closures were in effect to allow for setup, and logistics may also come later than hoped.
You get a lot of information very last minute because they're not going to release, everything necessarily all up, months and months in advance and everything.
For Kansas City and Detroit, holding a successful draft week proved to the country and world that their businesses and other entities are capable of handling such a large influx of visitors.
The next, major event that comes through Detroit, we're ready and we're at capacity, or those businesses are at capacity to ensure that, any opportunities that come their way, they know what to expect.
Marty Doback, the executive director of the Detroit Sports Commission, spearheaded the local efforts to bring the draft to the Motor City.
Great experience. We had, multiple stakeholders involved on the Detroit side. In the Sports Commission, we were, kind of acted as the quarterback in ensuring all the entities were aligned.
Detroit officials wanted to make sure that the draft was not a one-and-done event, so they organized a fundraiser for childhood literacy and youth sports.
We also had a community grant program that we established where we gave, $5,000 to $10,000 increments and totaling $225,000 to various nonprofits.
It was a priority for the commission that the draft would be something that would have a presence in the community for years to come.
When the event leaves town, what's left over, and we want to ensure like there's, impact for the future generations.
Already more national sporting events planned for Kansas City and Detroit. What can you tell us about the dates circled on the calendar for those cities?
Yeah, right, Jade. Kansas City is planning to host FIFA World Cup games in 2026, something that Green Bay hopes to also be a base camp for. And in 2027, Detroit will host the Final Four round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament.
All right, thanks, Timothy. The De Pere Beautification Committee has been preparing for the draft since the fall when they planted 1,500 daffodil bulbs, hoping they'll bloom in time for the draft.
Questionable weather is a concern for committee members, but they're hoping that the conditions will be right for daffodils. They're an early bloomer, and that is just in time for the draft, hopefully.
It happens at a time that's sort of in between our major seasons, and we tried to figure out what can we do. And what we figured is that that's about the time that daffodils bloom in this area.
The main focus for the group during the draft is the roundabout off I-41 at Ashland Avenue. Coming up next in Titletown's Turn, we sit down with mayors from Green Bay and the neighboring communities about what they expect in the draft this April.
And now, Draft Day Memories, brought to you by the True North Convenience Stores.
The part that was like, oh man, was, like when you're waiting in the draft room and you don't know when you're going to get called, so you're sitting there with your suit on and your family, everybody's around, and you don't know if you're going to get called or not. Like, that was the most nerve-wracking part of it all. But, it was all fun, man. It was all experience. It was all part of, God's plan.
Now to the widespread impacts that Titletown's Turn to host the NFL Draft will have on our communities across the area.
Local 5's Timothy Leteau hits the road to find out what leaders throughout the region are expecting for their cities.
While the NFL Draft is set to ring in a new class of pro football's future stars, Wisconsin communities are already working to put their best on display for that last week in April.
For us, it's not really a financial benefit to the city organization. It's a major financial obligation that we're taking on. We're glad to do it because of the community benefits that I think are going to be accrued.
Additional municipal services needed for the NFL Draft fall on the city of Green Bay's shoulders. Smaller cities like here in Wapaka say that organizations planning the NFL Draft have done a good job keeping them in the loop, as they know that visitors will have to spread out far and wide for lodging.
The conversations have been regular, and it's easy to get information and reach out and hear what others are experiencing, and so that's been a great experience for us.
Shuttles for the hour and 15-minute drive from Wapaka are still being organized, as well as in Manitowoc, which is no stranger to big events, as it has hosted Whistling Straits spectators over the years. The lakeshore city 35 minutes from Lambeau is placing its emphasis on restaurants, rather than organizing separate community events.
We found out that they spend most of their day at the golf course, so they just want to go out and eat or do this. So, to have some big thing in Manitowoc really didn't make sense for PGA.
An hour to the north, the city of Marinette has already devised a plan to cover transportation expenses for hotels through a room tax and has $100,000 to dole out if needed.
If the hotels decide to use buses, we will reimburse them for that, so that people basically just come here, they stay here, and we take them down and bring them back.
And the bonus for tourists staying in cities further away from Green Bay is that lodging will be easier to find and afford.
I would think you'd find our hotels and accommodations here a little bit more economical, and yet still close enough.
Across northeast Wisconsin, Timothy Leteau, Local 5 News.
Thanks, Timothy. And another area looking forward to the draft in April is the Fox Valley.
Joining us this evening is Pam Seidel of the Fox Cities Convention and Visitors Bureau to talk about their plans for the draft. Pam, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so the draft is not necessarily in the Fox Cities, so what are you seeing in terms of businesses and hotels and whatnot trying to grasp that attention and make people stay here?
Well, I think that, for us, this isn't our first rodeo with a big event. Every year EIA is put on in Oshkosh, and we're really looking that to be similar. So, that's 600,000 people over a week long. And so we've done this before. We're kind of that next level host community. We know our role. We know our role here is to be that overflow for hotels, and we have an incredible airport with great service. So we know people are going to be coming through the area with the intention of eventually coming up here to Green Bay. So we just want to be there in a great support role to ensure people have a wonderful experience when they're here in Northeast Wisconsin.
And have you seen businesses doing anything like special just for the draft to kind of get that attention, like Jordan said?
Sure. I think, in general, a lot of businesses do draft watch parties or they have drink specials, and we're just including those things on our website to promote all of the businesses in the Fox Cities and what they're doing. So we expect there will be a lot of groups out there making sure people feel welcome when they're here for the draft.
Pam, what about lodging? We're a couple months out. Are there still some places that have rooms available, or what are you seeing?
Absolutely. We have a lot of great availability in the Fox Cities yet. Many of our hotels still have plenty of rooms available. I think there's maybe a mindset that people think everything is sold out. It's truly not, especially with the draft being a non-ticketed event. I think people are just a little more casual about making their reservations. We are starting to see it post Super Bowl. Things are starting to pick up. So we do expect that those reservations will keep building as we get closer to the date.
And in terms of economic impact, are you guys expecting a large investment here? What's kind of that like for you?
Yeah, I think the visitor spending in the Fox Cities will be significant, very similar to, as I mentioned, EIA previously. There's a lot of visitor spending in just spending in hotels, restaurants, gas, those types of things. Obviously the heart of the economic impact will be up in Green Bay, but we expect there will be millions of dollars of visitor spending, in just really what is essentially 3 days in April. So that will really provide an uptick in our community, provide us that room tax that we can then use in the future to invest back into the Fox Cities.
Let's talk now about Appleton Airport. I'm sure a ton of people are going to be flying in. Is that going to have an impact on what's going on?
Absolutely. And Appleton has, an amazing airport. Lots of flights have been added, including seats and just additional flights on the mainline carriers, as well as Allegiant offering a number of extra flights and those are bigger planes. Those are about 180 people apiece. So we are working very closely with our friends at Appleton International Airport to make sure we're going to have a visitor welcome station right at the airport, get people, through the airport, which happens pretty fast anyway in Appleton, and on their way into the Fox Cities safely and efficiently.
Have you talked to any other cities that have recently hosted the draft? And if you have, what have they kind of told you about what to expect and prepare for?
Yes, actually, my staff had the opportunity to talk with some staff from Detroit. Earlier last spring, and really a lot of good feedback on the types of visitors, the demographics. There's a lot of drive markets, but there are some fly markets. It's a lot of very passionate fans who come in with their team colors on. So we're looking forward to welcoming all of that, as well as just understanding that truly the logistics. If you're the next tier community out, which, in a Detroit, Appleton would be kind of like a suburb. And looking at that, this is where people stay, where they may grab breakfast, brunch, and then head up to the draft or late night entertainment. So that's where we're really preparing on those ends of that kind of early morning before you head up and late night when you come back.
And if people want some more information, what's the best way to contact you guys and your team?
They can reach us. FoxCities.org is our website. We have an NFL draft page on our site that gives all the things that are going on in the Fox Cities, including transportation. That's the easiest thing. And they can also kind of come in to the Visitor Center at 213 South Nicolay Road in Appleton, or just give us a call, and we'll be happy to help where we can.
Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
And another community that will be impacted by the draft coming to Green Bay at the very southern end of our viewing area is Fond du Lac. While there may not be a lot of draft festivities happening directly in the city, tourism officials in the area tell us they expect to see a boost in the amount of visitors coming to the city.
All of those communities combined simply don't have the hotel rooms to accommodate the numbers of people we're going to see. So we see this thing overflowing from Green Bay all the way down to Fond du Lac and hopefully even Milwaukee. So it's great for not just our community or not just Green Bay, but for the entire state.
He also told us that businesses are looking into how they can take advantage of the boost of people, along with keeping the locals in it as well. And the draft will be good for many businesses in our area, but some will not see the same benefits. We'll take a look into what that means coming up after the break.
Now to the businesses in the vicinity of Lambeau Field preparing for a potential surge in customers.
Local 5's Timothy Leteau explains the logistics they're having to take into consideration.
Julia Bernard thinks she has seen it all across 24 years at Kroll's West.
I started here at 15, so It's all I've known, and slowly I just kind of worked my way up.
Packer game days, playoff runs, and Super Bowl celebrations. The manager is still bracing for when the NFL draft arrives next door.
We're used to crazy Packer fans, so getting here into home is my biggest concern for our employees.
Businesses are excited about the increase in customers that the draft will bring, but being across from Lambeau Field also carries some concerns about accessibility.
I am stuck in the middle. Like, I am excited for the draft to be here, but I'm terrified working so close to it with how overwhelming it could be. And like I said, my main concern is to and from work. I can't live here for 5 days.
And just on the other side of Lambeau Field, Tom Calise has owned Team 2 Racing for more than 3 decades and hopes at least a few interested draft goers will roll into his dirt bike shop.
I think they're going to be more sports enthusiasts on football. But you know what? If they stop in and buy a T-shirt or a pair of gloves or any type of a thing we sell, that would be the best of anything.
Like Kroll's West, he's worried about the access to his business, but not so much for himself, but for his existing customers.
We are working on where we can drop ship stuff right from some of our vendors right to their door, usually within a day or two. We will put that out on Facebook that, you know, we're going to be limited access for them 3 days, so hopefully we can get people just the product they need.
The draft comes during peak season for Tom, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure his customers are fully geared that time of year.
Even if I have to do deliveries before or after hours, that'll always be taken in consideration as well.
In Ashwaubenon, Timothy Leteau, Local 5 News.
The Lakeshore Brewery is getting their own preparations done for the draft. Out in Manitowoc, Pet Skull Brewing is looking at how they can make themselves appealing to out-of-state visitors. They're hosting plenty of events that not only show what Manitowoc is all about, but also the state of Wisconsin, from serving their own homemade brats, cheese curds, and of course, beer.
There's so many people wanting to experience what we have. I mean, we're proud of being in Wisconsin, specifically Northeast Wisconsin and Manitowoc, so I think everybody's going to be like us. We want to step up our game and show the entire country who's coming to this area what we're all about.
Events with star athletes are being planned in Milwaukee to appeal to visitors to stay in the city for multiple days during the draft. With so many visitors flying in and out of General Mitchell Airport and only so many hotel rooms in Green Bay, organizers believe there are great opportunities for both tourists and local businesses in the Brew City.
We're working with some sports stars as well as a sports management agency, LAMI, to work on what we can do to bring some of that excitement to Milwaukee as well. We're going to announce that coming soon.
Officials estimate that Milwaukee could see between $5 and $10 million of economic impact from the draft.
While many businesses are out to cash in on the draft, the Packers aren't expecting to break even. This is interesting. They contributed $1 million to the bid, but the only revenue they'll be able to generate during the draft will be from the pro shop.
But we do expect to spend more than we're going to take in for sure, and for us that was okay because of the greater benefit to the community and the long-lasting effects that we know it'll have.
The NFL will take over the rest of the Packers retail, including concessions. Well, coming up next, from businesses to nonprofits, why some events for the NFL draft are making a big impact.
As we head to break, here's your medical huddle from Bellin Health. The draft will provide local nonprofits the opportunity to spread their message and maybe even get an increase in funding.
Local 5's Timothy Leteau explains the partnership between a local business and a nonprofit that's leading to a first-of-its-kind event.
The working hands at the Greater Green Bay Salvation Army never have a long rest during the lunch rush, but a much bigger break will soon be on its way for the nonprofit.
Those donations will help our programs and services that happen right here locally.
The Salvation Army has partnered with Uncle Mike's Bake Shop in an attempt to fundraise during the NFL draft with an event dubbed the Kringle Combine.
We have partnered with the Salvation Army of Green Bay for over 10 years, and so even last summer we started talking up how could we come up with something really fun for the draft.
From one plate to another, Uncle Mike's Kringle Combine will benefit many of the Salvation Army of Greater Green Bay's services, like its hot lunch program.
Funding from the Kringle Combine will benefit the Salvation Army programs right here in Greater Green Bay. Those are things like our noon lunch program, so we offer a hot lunch Monday through Friday.
The Kringle Combine will be an event that looks and tastes unlike any other, as participants will pay a fee to try different Kringles and vote. The winner set to become the newest flavor.
We come up with new flavors every now and then, but we've never done anything like this, and we've never had a Kringle event or experience.
And the goal is to include yet-to-be-named stars of the green and gold.
We're hoping we have Packer players involved.
As the draft is set to bring epic proportions of visitors to the area, the Salvation Army is hoping that people leave with a taste of its mission in Northeast Wisconsin and at locations across the country too.
We are hopeful that maybe we will raise a little bit of funds during the Kringle Combine, but more importantly, we're really looking forward to just sharing our story with the people that attend and just creating more awareness around the work that we do.
In Green Bay, Timothy Leteau, Local 5 News.
In another local fundraiser, the Greater Green Bay YMCA is hosting a Draft Day 5K on Saturday, April 26th to benefit their facilities and youth sports programs.
So that leaves us with one question. What's left in Green Bay once the last pick is announced? Besides the money, Brad Toll of Discover Green Bay says when the draft is over, it could lead to more big events coming to Green Bay because of how the event was handled here.
I think we'll be talking about the draft for years to come. And when everything goes perfectly throughout the course of it, and we have 65-degree days, sunny days that they say, wow, Green Bay is awesome, look at that beautiful weather. We'll keep reminding people for many years to come, remember when the draft was in Green Bay, how wonderful it is. Perfect for your event as well.
Well, thank you for joining us as we looked at how the draft will affect not only Green Bay, but also the state.
As more information on the draft comes out, we're going to be bringing it to you on the air and on our website. And be sure to join us next week for a look at what you need to know about draft disruptions.
Have a great night, Titletown.